Hello! Hello, everybody. Hello. Are we live? We're live. Short video today about substitutions. Hello, everybody. I recently had a client ask me, I need a substitution for. Okay, and what this person specifically asked for is not really relevant, but let's give you an example that I think every single person that I've ever coached or worked with, nearly every single person, has asked me about when we do a 6-week challenge, a 30-day challenge, a 28-day challenge, whatever. We do a nutrition plan, we want to lose weight, and inevitably part of that losing weight is you can't have cream or sugar in your coffee. Can't have cream or sugar in your coffee. So what do I get? The first question I get from nearly everybody is, but Eric, I must have cream and sugar in my coffee. So for the next 6 weeks, I'll need an alternative. Now, sometimes that person just doesn't eat. They're just like, listen, I'm going to have cream and sugar, and there's nothing you can do about it, which, is another issue altogether. But let's talk about the person that does a 6-week challenge or a 28-day challenge or an 18-week coaching program. And in that program, they're not allowed to have cream and sugar in their coffee. And the first thing that they do when they see that on that list is they say, Eric, I must have a substitution for cream and coffee because I need cream and sugar. I need cream and sugar in my coffee. Now, first, I'll say this. Anytime that you need an alternative to anything, just post it in the Facebook groups, and somebody or some buddies or lots of people will give you alternatives to sugar, to cream, to milk, to potatoes. I mean, everybody, there's going to be lots and lots of great options. So you just post a little something or other on the group, and somebody is going to comment and give you an alternative. But this is not about the actual alternatives. This is about the psychology. And let me be a little nerdy here for just a little bit and talk about the psychology, because after all, those of you that are in the life coaching program, it's about life coaching, life transformation. It's not about losing weight. Losing weight is a benefit, and we really mean that. Okay, so if you need Ben and Jerry's, but you have Halo Top, you are going to create resentment because Halo Top is not what you, psychologically anyway, need, what you demand. You are demanding Ben and Jerry's, but instead you are having Halo Top, and this creates a disinhibition cycle. You are restricting yourself, and if you restrict yourself long enough, eventually you'll explode. Restrict yourself long enough and eventually you will explode. If you skip ice cream for a month, but you had ice cream every night for 10 years, and you're restricting yourself just because of this diet, eventually it will explode and go backwards. This is one of the reasons, among many reasons, why people yo-yo diet. And when they yo-yo diet, their weight goes up higher than it was before, because they are creating this negative feedback loop, this disinhibition cycle where they resent themselves for doing the thing. Okay? Because the food item is something that you identify as a need, which it clearly is not, because you do not need cream and sugar in your coffee. In fact, you don't need coffee or cream or sugar. As I've discovered, all you actually need is meat and water. I digress. Let's digress again and sidetrack for just a second. Chicken is dried in, boring food, right? Nobody likes chicken. Or here's the question, do you just suck at cooking chicken? Let me give you another example. Coffee is bitter. Cream and sugar makes coffee taste less bitter. Perhaps, instead of cream and sugar, what you need or could have is, one, higher quality coffee. If you have a higher quality coffee, it doesn't taste as bad, and you may drink it a little bit slower because the taste is a little bit more than you're used to, but you won't need cream and sugar anymore. 2, add a pinch of salt, which will make it less bitter. You will probably drink it slower, which is kind of the point of good coffee, and you also win. 3, slowly build a tolerance for black coffee. Now, let's digress there for a minute. Why? Well, because you recognize that cream and sugar is not good for you. And because you desire a healthier life, you will slowly adopt or change your palate so that you can have this black coffee. So eventually, you need black coffee. And when you have sugar or cream in it, or somebody gets you a sugar and cream coffee, you're unhappy because you're like, shit, this tastes terrible. It's too light or it's too sweet and it's not good for me. And so you've rewired your brains. My phone is blowing up here. There's people messaging me all day. Okay, 4th option, switch to bulletproof coffee. Right? So you're changing the palate altogether. Still creamy, not nearly as bitter, but instead you're having MCT oil and ghee, which is good to keep you in keto, especially if you're keto or in carnivore. Now, this Not as a temporary alternative. These are not temporary alternatives to lose weight. This is not a temporary alternative for a challenge like paleo or carnivore or to lose weight, temporary. This is a permanent alternative. We are trying to live a healthier life. So what you are doing, you're rewiring your brain to create a permanent alternative instead of a temporary alternative. A temporary alternative which creates a disinhibition cycle and that you are resentful for because you don't actually want coffee with the substitute. You want coffee with the cream. This is like switching out 89 octane fuel for 93. It is better in every way, but you need to rewire this part of your brain in order to understand that. Incorporate new and advanced foods by searching for them. Find what you like and incorporate it. Discard what you don't like. I don't like Brussels sprouts. I ain't ever going to eat them. I've tried them. I've tried them prepared many different ways. I ain't going to eat them. Amanda tried sneaking liver into my plate one day. Here's the truth. I don't like liver. Now, I am slowly working on building a palate for it because I know it has a lot of vitamin A and a lot of other micronutrients like vitamin C that you can't find as much in muscle milk. And so I'd like to adapt. I'd like to build that palate because I know it's really good for me. But right now, I don't like it. But I don't like it, but I like being fit this much more. I remember one time Lloyd said to me that he really enjoyed smoking cigarettes, but he liked living longer this much more. And I thought that was fascinating, but that's kind of the truth. And so why put in that effort? Brussels sprouts are terrible, Mike. I'm sorry. Why put in that effort? You put in that effort because what? You don't want to be like everybody else. I just found out that 1 in 3 kids, 18 to 24 years old, children, are ineligible for the military because they are obese. That is disgusting. That is terrible. How have we fallen this far as a country? 1 out of every 3 kids, not adults that have made decisions wrong for 20 years, kids are overweight. You make these decisions here. You rewire your thinking because you want to live longer. You want more energy. You want to be happy. You like your reflection. You want to be a good example for your kids or for your spouse. You do not want to live in restriction mode because there are these things that you need, like candy, ice cream, or rice. When you eat that other thing, you build resentment. Every time you consume that other thing, you build more resentment. That resentment violates the thing that you need, that you identify as needing, and eventually you explode. Work on building a desire to need the other things. Broccoli instead of mashed potatoes, steak instead of tacos, quinoa instead of white rice, black coffee instead of coffee with green sugar. Work to rewire your brain. Work hard to create or build a new palate because you desire the benefits of this new palate. Confidence, appearance, health, fitness, energy, leadership qualities, all that other stuff that we work really, really hard for. Alternatives can serve a wonderful purpose, but ask yourself this question. Let me leave you with this. Ask yourself this question. Is it because you desire an alternative to something that you need? Or is this just something temporary because you want to change your flavor palette or because you're having friends over? Right? Is this something temporary, or are you doing something because you're trying to lose weight, but you really need that other thing? Ask yourself that question. We don't want to create that circumstance where it's or else. All right, guys, stay rational. Use your brains. Think about what it is, the words that are coming out of your mouth, and make sure that they are accurate because you do not need cream and sugar in your coffee. You just don't. Nor do you need the Snickers bar or white rice or tacos. Except on Tuesday, we all need tacos on Tuesday. Love you guys. See y'all later. Bye.